What's good, great people? We have Mr. Freeze, a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, CEO, and definite comedian, joining us today. What's going on?
What's going on now?
Man, not much, man. How you holding up?
Okay, good. I was having a little connection issue, but I'm holding up great, man. It's a beautiful day. Just ready to get this conversation going on today.
Already, man. I'm not gonna hold you. So you are in fact a member of Alpha Phi Alpha and a CEO of your own business?
Absolutely. Dedrick Incorporated, filed this year. I was running about several businesses as individual LLCs. And then as they got to a certain level, I decided to put it all under one umbrella and bring it together in a corporation. Filed under myself.
Nice. That's pretty awesome, man. So I know for a fact that having COVID-19, the pandemic, I know that's definitely changed quite a bit. How's that affected your daily habits?
It's really made everybody, I think myself along with everybody else, we slowed down. You know what I mean? It's like whatever you had going on, whether you were going out to work every day, whether you were building a product that had to deal with connecting with people, you kind of had to take a step back. So I think everybody collectively took a hit. And it kind of forced us to be a little bit more creative of how do you continue with your business or your endeavors now that you have to stay at home. So I think, but it's, pushing forward, but it has been interesting to see the new dynamic.
Yeah, honestly, I never thought that I'd be actually doing this. I originally started this, playing air hockey with people, right, and interviewing them, and we talk about the things that they want to donate to. But now I was like, hey, I just got to do it online, and try to see if I can still have that same awesome interview, make that same connection. Mm-hmm. It's different, man. It's definitely different.
I get it, man. I get it.
So where are you originally from?
So I'm born in Birmingham, Alabama. Grew up in Alabama, so everybody from South, shout out to everybody back home. But born in Birmingham, Alabama. I spent some time out in Virginia because my dad was Navy, but most of my life I've spent in Alabama. Went to college there, Alabama A&M. Graduated from there, so that's home for me.
Understood. So how's growing up in Birmingham affected your outlook on the world?
It's actually worked for me, is because coming from the South, you learn a lot of things culturally that some people are just now getting in tune to, some of the social issues, some of the dynamics of how things are and how things can be. Growing up in Alabama, growing up in states like Georgia, Mississippi, and things like that, you're more cognizant of the world and a lot of the cultural issues and things of that nature. And then there's a Southern tradition, coming from a family traditionally like that, that you learn a couple things that kind of help you keep that level of drive and integrity and things like that along the nature. So I'm proud of being from the South.
Understood. Hey, man, I feel you on that one. I'm definitely a Texas boy myself, but my roots lay in Nigeria. Have you ever done one of those DNA tests to figure out, where your roots lay?
In my mind, when I was going to submit my money, they was going to take it to a dartboard, and then they were just going to throw darts to tell me what I want. You know what I mean? And in my mind, I was going to be 20% Russian, 3% black. So I mean, I believe it. I think there's an AfricanAncestry.com has one. Right. But there's a couple of them I'm like, I don't know about that. But it's cool. I can imagine.
Fact. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. So real quickly, when do you personally feel like it'll be safe for you to go outside?
That's a good question. I'll feel personally safe when the scientists say that it's safe.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because right now we're getting two things of advice. We're getting it from the politicians, and then we're getting it from the scientists who've been studying this for decades and decades and decades. So being safe, when the doctors say that it's safe, I'm more inclined to listening to that when it's time to come back. Now, will I wait all the way till then? Probably not, because I don't think we can wait years to come back to work. But personally, being safe, I think that's what we should be listening to.
Sincerely speaking, I can agree with you on that. But it seems like there's a heavy push of profit before people from the government. And, I mean, how can we actually push back against that if they feel like they should open up different areas in the states, like different businesses? You know, it's kind of hard to tell them, hey, our lives are worth it, you know. So
it's ugly situation, and I have to be honest with you, because there is a level, since we're in a capitalistic society, that the structure that we've built has been built on the cash flow of the country. You know what I mean? So you have 80,000, we're over 80,000 people that have perished, but you have 33 million new people who are unemployed. You know what I mean? So so without that balance of the $1 trillion relief continuously happening over this next year, we may find ourselves in a bit of a, you know what I mean? And I think they don't do a well enough job explaining why they want to open it back up from an economy standpoint. They're just saying, hey, you're going to go back to work. Don't worry about it. Go back to work. And then we're thinking about our health. So it's like, that's not enough information for me to be comfortable or to understand why you want to open up society so bad. You know what I mean?
Of course. No, I feel like you really hit it on the head when you said they don't explain it well enough. Because here in Texas, all we know is that, hey, this old guy is telling us, some of us just gonna have to die. You know, that's literally
the wrong answer. Completely the wrong answer.
Exactly. Right. I'm just like, not my mama. Shoot.
Absolutely. Like, that's not player. That ain't gonna work, bro. Like,
not at all.
This from the house, and I'm gonna leave when I say I leave.
Amen.
I get it.
Amen, man. So, man, we know you are a CEO. You're a businessman. So, but we also know that you do a lot of comedy, man, and your videos go viral. And
appreciate
really,
it,
bro. You had me cracking up with that last one with the when you were playing the dog. I was dying.
Yeah, man, I love it. That's my passion. Hey, I love it.
Hey, if I ever walked into the kitchen and my lady is playing pistol grip on pump, hey,
we gotta go to war, right?
Hey, we're going to
war. How dare you? The audacity of this woman.
The audacity of this woman.
Now, I hate it. It is a catchy beat. I am not gonna lie. It's catchy. But there's a law in this house. You know what I mean? And we will not violate this code. You know? So, I definitely get it.
Amen to that. So, real quickly, what audience are you trying to reach with your comedy?
Any audience that can relate to what I'm saying. So, there's a new wave of comedy now. It's called jump out and do something crazy. Catch it on tape and then post it. You know what I mean? And that's a little bit more for the younger generation than the audience that I'm trying to resonate with. I grew up in the Martin, Living Single, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, this era where you put something together, you put content, it has an idea, scheme, and a punchline. So really my 80s and 90s babies kind of like stick with me. That's like my biggest demographic because that's the setup. Now, if you want to see me run into a gas station and throw eggs at a cashier, then you're not my crap. You know what I mean? That's a little bit more for the younger generation. So, Crenshaw, good shout out to Crenshaw, man. He jumped on. I got a couple of my people on here.
Oh, snap, Gotti on here? Okay.
No, Crenshaw was 6. His frat brother of mine.
Oh yeah, man. Me and him, we linked up at AGP 14.
Yes.
And and really we known each other for a couple years before that, but you know, we just
okay.
Hey, look, stories.
Absolutely. Hey, 06.
Say, man, I can't lie. You know, there is one I gotta tell, man. So I was at AGP, right? Mm-hmm. And like for some reason, you know, we were going through different hotel floors, and I had literally an entourage of alphas, right? And so I would go up to groups of people and be like, "Hi, ladies, I'm Wiz Khalifa, and these are the alphas." And
man, hey, shout out to T1, man. I love all of the Greek picnics, man. Texas, ATL, like, I just love. That's a great time for us all to come together and make memories, man. We can never let that go, bro. Never let that go.
Honestly, bro, it's like literally like a giant family reunion because all the people that you met in Groovy and all this other stuff, they all come together, man. So, are there any projects that you're currently working on?
Definitely. I mean, There's definitely some like homeless type of endeavors we're doing out here in Kansas City, as far as PFTG, and the financial literacy. So I'm building up a program now to go ahead and eventually request state funds to teach financial literacy and some of the arts and sciences of things to our lower income neighborhoods. So I should be able to go back to Birmingham, Alabama, and teach digital graphic design, be able to teach forex trading and financial literacy on assets and liabilities, and just put together a program that's about 3 weeks and just hit cities that need it the most and teach us the financial education, because there's a difference between education and then financial education. This is the nugget that they keep away from our neighborhoods that I look to bring back.
Amen. That's awesome, man. I know that there's, for some reason in our communities, there's like a negative stigma when it comes to forex education. Online, you see like, oh no, man, I don't want to trade forex. Stay out my inbox with that. Things of that nature. What do you think that stigma comes from?
It's conditioning. We've been conditioned to veer away from things that are harder to obtain, and we're conditioned to accept the low-hanging fruit of what's given to us. It's a mindset. You see what I'm saying? Anything is worth a try if there's a possibility that you may succeed. You must fall forward. You see what I'm saying? So it's breaking out of the cycle of what we're used to doing is, hey, we're going to do the jobs that typically all of our friends do. We're going to go to this, we're going to do the things, and we're not going to go for that extra computer science. We're not going to dig into algorithms, and that just seems like too much. I'd rather take this here. So with forex trading, forex is absolutely real. It is the largest financial market in the world, and you make a lot of money of it. And without going into my personal business, I make a lot of money trading forex. So it is real, but we are in a day and age where you scroll your social media and everybody has an ad for something. Everybody's trying to pitch you something. So you really get overwhelmed and you really don't know where to go. So you're like, this is just like the rest of it. This is not real. This is no way. And it's absolutely real. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So it's interesting though, but it definitely break that mentality, that currency trading, stock trading, any of those things, you have been conditioned to say no. Free your mind.
Amen to that one. Hey, for those of y'all that are just now joining, if you have any questions for him, please make sure that you guys hit that question box. Definitely love to have that crowd engagement. Once again, just put it in the question box. So how important is collaboration to your individual goals?
So it's essential. I would say collaboration equals networking. They're one and the same. And if you don't have the mindset to network, you're cutting down your tempo 50 to 60%. The striving that you're doing in any lane, in any category, there's always somebody who's further along in that process. Right. So stepping outside of your shell to reach and network and connect with somebody who's been doing it longer or who's been doing it the same as you, and putting your network resources together, you can really catapult yourself and save time. You know what I mean? Prime example, even with Mr. Freeze and everybody that follows and been following me for years, it took the collaboration with the Ducks, with the King Ali's, with the Mr. Bank Shot, the I Am Dulos, the African Ace. I got pictures when we were all sitting at 10,000 followers apiece. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And none of us were famous. You know what I mean? Duck was doing his stand-up shows, and everybody get a gig every now and then, but we really mounted together. And then now we became, you know what I mean, Greek comedians, in which everybody knows at least one of us. Everybody knows at least one. You know what I mean? So collaboration is key. It's definitely important in any category that you're in.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I can't lie. I remember when I was following y'all back in the gap when we were all in the comments on GS3.
Yeah. Classics, man.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good.
So how has the fraternity though helped your endeavors?
Support. And that's one thing. That's another beautiful thing about being in the Divine Nine. Is you you bring yourself into an organization with like-minded people. So, shout out to Alpha South. I'm from South Carolina. And that state, those brothers in each of those chapters supported me. Push the content. Hey, go look at this, or share a video there, or this is my frat brother here. And always that network of support. And I think it's something that all fraternities and sororities should continue doing, because we have more power than we realize we do.
Yes,
we have so much leverage, so much power to catapult somebody to that next level if we mount together and decided to support that one person. You see what I'm saying? So the fraternities, my fraternity has helped me, and we can continue to help others who have an amazing talent that really are looking forward to getting to the next level. So I definitely, and shout out to Joy. Joy said DST's in the house.
Oh, okay.
Joy Marie, Joy Marie was rocking for a minute.
Hey, man, that's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because guess what? My next question for you is, so which sorority is your favorite and has been the most impactful when it comes to supporting you?
Oh, you trying to get me jumped. What you're not about to do is get
what is it? Don't you got a chance?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. I'm gonna take the cop out route and say I love all the sororities and they all helped me in my endeavor. That's
take the eye roll.
Equally.
Hey, good answer.
Outstanding. There you go. Shout out to the. Let me see who's on. So there's a lot of DST. Okay, so shout out to DST. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of them. Jada's, AKAs. I love SG Rose. I love them all. Okay, thank you, everybody. Don't get mad. He trying to set me up.
I did not try to set him up.
That was a setup. That was a setup. You trying to get me beat up at the next group picnic, and I won't allow it.
Hey, don't worry. You're gonna be behind the stage with us at the next one. Trust me.
Yeah, with a bulletproof vest. Right. Come on, man. You know them Rose got them heat-seeking rounds. I ain't trying to.
Hey, look. Why you playing?
That's funny.
Hey, so we know that you have like over 180,000 followers, man, and then you just keep pulling more people to on your platform. How do you feel people in your position could effectively use their platform to help our community?
Two things. Set the example, support the people, right? There's two folds, right? People watch us every single day. And you setting the example, you don't know who's looking up to you, who wants to do what you're doing or who wants to follow in your steps, or who is just influenced by what you do every day. So if I have this platform, but yet I'm not living what I'm preaching, or I'm showing a life that's detrimental to our society, what good am I? You see what I'm saying? So setting the example is definitely first and foremost. And second, supporting. You're never too big to support. I got 180,000 followers. That means nothing if I can't support somebody else who's striving to do something. You see what I'm saying? Those very people, if you decide not to support, when they do surface, they will remember. Life is funny. You know what I mean? It's a two-way street in a game called karma. So we can set the example and we can support the people. And that's the biggest takeaways I would say for that.
Man, most definitely, man. He said, hey, that's a word right there. That's a quote right there. Set the example and support the people, man. All right. That's knowledge right there, man. Sincerely. So I definitely want to address this because, we're in today's day and age, there's still people who have this negative mindset towards men dressing up as a woman for roles. What do you say to people with that mindset?
Oh, let me see. Shanae, Rwanda. This is nothing new. My favorite character, my favorite show was Martin.
Yes,
and I
sir.
would watch Martin dress up and become Shanae and put on a performance that would make the world laugh. Right. So to think that Martin ran the 90s, we're in 2020, and you got young actors and actresses coming up that are switching roles and doing things, perfecting their craft, and we're judgmental and we're worried about their business. That's funny to me. So my words is mind your business. Unfollow if you don't appreciate it. Yes, because sir. People are entitled to do what they want to do as long as they're not harming or causing anything to anybody else, and be what they want to be. So if that's your platform and this is what your expertise is, and you throw on a dress and a wig and you do your thing. Now, me personally, I'm not going to follow behind you and put on the dress and the wig because that's not my stilo. But that's where it stops. I don't have to follow you if it bothers me. You see what I'm saying? So mind your business.
Mind your business. I got you.
100%.
I got you. Okay, so I want to go ahead and I got to ask this one. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. We have a couple of questions in here.
Okay.
First, what fuels your creativity when it comes to developing your projects? And that's from N. Laskins 88.
Life. It's so funny. Like, I'll go somewhere and I'll see something, and I'll automatically be like, I have a character, or that's funny to me. I want to reenact that. Or you're watching TV and it's like, and it just comes. It's so funny because I ask the same question to people who write lyrics, who are like rappers and singers. It's like, yo, how'd you write that song? Or how does Drake come up with those lyrics? And it's like, well, if it's for you, like, it'll just come. Now, the key is, when it comes to you, do you have something to write those ideas down? Because a lot of times we think of great things all the day, every day, all day, but we never take time to write them down. So they just, as they come into your mind and you let them fade away into Never Never Land, you've let go of something great. So I just catch those ideas and I throw them in my phone. And in my phone, I have 2,000 video jokes that I have not even got to recording yet because it just keeps piling up. You know what I mean? So just real life would be the answer to that one.
Most definitely. Okay, I have another one here, man.
Okay.
So, who are your top 5 comedians you would like to go on tour with?
My team. I'd have to say it again. I'll say the Duck, Bank Shot, I Am Dulo, African Ace, and King Ali. It would be, going on tour. And the reason why I say that is because those are the people I grew up with. And those are the people that I know. And when you go on tour with people, that's a vibe. You know what I mean? That's an energy. You feed off of each other. So it's like, I would easily say, oh, Kevin Hart, Mike Epps. And, you know what I mean? But when I get with them, do we share the same energy? Do we come from the same background? You see what I'm saying? I probably feel like the oddball when they get on stage and bomb. It's because I didn't vibe with the people I'm on tour with.
Got you.
So that would definitely be my top 5.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I respect that sincerely, because it not only just shows that, hey, your mindset when it comes to that, but also to me it shows some level of loyalty to the people that you came up with, and I have nothing but respect for that, sincerely. Hey, do you think that they would come on here and do an interview? King Ali, Bank Shot, Duck, Dulo?
I mean, I can't speak for what their schedules are like, but I mean, I'm sure it's likely that they would definitely participate. Cool, yeah, I mean, cool. Feel free to reach out to them. They're good people.
Thanks. I'm gonna try that.
Shout out to my bro Jabril. My brother's in here. KT, Tasha, coming familiar faces. Appreciate y'all. TJ, shout out to TJ. Okay, cool.
Man, mad respect to your look. You got loyalty.
They've been rocking with me for a long time, man. Long time.
That's what's up. That's always what's up, man. So, who do you feel like is a notable member in your fraternity that you feel needs more recognition for their contribution to society?
I definitely Jaquanis Grant from Clemson, Pi Alpha chapter. Definitely since 2012, like, he's been doing humanitarian things, reaching out, you know what I mean, and really kind of as like a trendsetter almost, and stuff like that. I've admired him since 2012, and he's getting to that platform. It will come. It ain't there yet, but once he gets like a snowball going downhill, once he gets around the right people and the right thing, I may even do some projects with him when I move back to South Carolina here next month. Look for him in the future. He definitely deserves that recognition. Doug, hey, Doug's on here. Like, Doug, another Greek comedian legend in the building.
Hey, trying to get the. Hey, look. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Hey, look.
Hit him up after this, Duck. He gonna hit you up.
Bet that. Hey, appreciate that. Man. All right, so real quickly, man. The goal of this show is not only to, let people know about you, but also to give. You know what I'm saying? So, what charity are we donating to, and why is it important to you?
Outstanding. I feel that donating in general is always going to be important as it goes back to paying it forward. But I'm going to flip that question on you, and you're going to tell me where Dedrick Edwards Incorporated is going to donate $250 tonight.
You said what?
I said, I want you to tell me where I'm donating on behalf of Dedrick Edwards Incorporated. Do you have anything in mind?
Man, you know what?
What's up?
Do. I would like to donate to Women of Moses. I could not lie, man.
All right, tell me about Women of Moses. I'm on board.
Okay, so Women of Moses is basically a charity. It's a organization that helps women that have dealt with domestic violence, as well as children that go through those situations. So anything that will help those that deal with that. Yeah, I want to definitely put some emphasis behind them. Sincerely, man.
Absolutely.
Wow. I didn't expect you to put it back on me. I'm
paying it forward, brother. Paying it forward. So you said Women of Moses?
Yes, sir.
On behalf of Dedrick Edwards Incorporated, we will donate $250 tonight towards anything that they have going on. I just ask that you let them know. Tell them I said I appreciate what they're doing and continue doing it.
Wow. Hey, man. Thank you, man. Wow.
Hey, let's do it, right?
Man, that's literally like the goal of this show. Oh my God. Most definitely, bro. Hey, thank you, man. Hey,
yeah, no problem.
Sincerely, bro. Wow. Okay. Yeah, well, I'll definitely be putting that on there. You know what?
Okay, good.
Let me bring myself down. Man, sincerely, thank you, man. That generosity, that literally is the point of why I'm trying to do this.
I support it, man. I support what you're doing. I feel the energy. It's good. It's going to be great. Definitely.
Hey, man, thank you, man. Sincerely, brother. Thank you, man.
Awesome. What else we got? I like it.
Okay, I'm gonna cry later. But let me continue on with that. Hey, so real quickly though, for those that look up to you, that face the same trials, that look like you and me.
Yeah.
What words of wisdom would you have for those young people?
I got a board. Is that real quick? I got a couple things on my board. Let me grab that real quick.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and one thing I would say is I have a vision board, right? And every time I wake up and every time my feet hit the ground, I walk right to this board and I talk to myself. Yes, I talk to myself, but I go through these affirmations to remind me of what my goal is to go out there and to accomplish and to be successful. So I'm not going to read all of them, but if I could share maybe 6, is that okay?
Yo, of course, man.
Okay, I appreciate that. So the first thing I want to do is based on who you are going to be, what are you doing now that's a liability? Okay? And what I mean by that is you have to look forward to who you're trying to be and what you're going to be, talking into existence. Now, based on who that person is, that successful person or that CEO, that owner or that principal or that teacher, whatever it is that you're going for, what are you doing today that's hurting or that's a liability or that's slowing you down into becoming that person? Okay? I tell myself that every morning. All right? Rich and debt don't go together. All right? It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters who you owe, what you owe. So if you look like $1 million but you owe 2, it does not matter. So clear your debts first before you start thinking about looking or appearing like anything. And that beats me because I like to buy stuff. I'm like quick to have I cleared my debts? Yes. Okay, but still that mentality is there. And I think that's something we need to do better of as a people, for sure. And that kind of goes with assets versus liabilities. Buy things that are going to make you more money versus things that are losing value from the time you own it. Okay?
Of course.
You can never lose if you never quit. All right? If you fail, smile, for you have now found a challenge. Why is failure scary? Why should it be scary? Because if you just do everything that you're already good at, are you really growing? Are you really gaining? You're not. You're spinning a cycle of success, which means you're going nowhere fast. Okay? Always challenge yourself to find something you're not good at. Find somebody that, or some area or something you don't know much about, and go forward. Okay? And I'm not going to talk your faith. I'm not going to talk you guys' ear off, but there's just a couple that I know that really resonate, that is important. Oh, and this one's from me. Okay? Whether the glass is half full or half empty, you still have to drink it. Okay? Your perspective on things contributes so much to your motivation to accomplish. If you got to go to work and you're on your way, why are you looking at the glass half empty as if that's going to change your drive to work? You're still going to work. But you just made that experience 2 times harder than what it had to be, because you didn't have the mindset when you went in there. So whether the glass is half empty or half full, you still got to drink it. So it might as well be half full. All right? And that's what I want to leave you guys with.
Man, that, all those words of wisdom right there, man. Like you really just dropped some jewels right there, man.
Awesome.
Seriously, man. I just really want to say thank you so much for coming on and taking the time out of your day to sit with me, go through this interview, even going so far as to donate. Really, man, I have nothing but praise for you, as well as I wish you nothing but the best, man, in every endeavor that you undertake.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me and giving me an opportunity to spread. Hopefully we keep this. Hopefully you share it and others can get to view it. But this is what it's all about. It's all about this, and this is what we got to do. So great show. I support Texas Greek Picnic. Hopefully I get an invitation.
I got your ticket.
Okay. Hopefully I get an invitation so I can come out there and represent. But by all means, thanks for having me. This was a great session, and I look forward to linking with you soon. Get up with me offline so I can make sure we get you the donation and we can get that all taken care of.
Most definitely. Thank you again, Mr. Freeze. I appreciate you.